Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us. We're with Tom Crismon. He is the CEO of Quick Response Restoration. And we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of having a licensed contractor do some of your sub work and how you portray that to your customers as well.
I'm Josh Farley, president of Redline Electric and Solar. Join me as we talk to contractors, business owners, and experts who are willing to share their experiences to help you overcome obstacles when you're taking your business up and to the right.
Tom, thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Hey, glad to be here.
Tell us what you do and who you do it for.
I am a licensed general contractor. We do a lot of restoration remodels on residential side. And so insurance work, floods, burns, trees. Just had a tree land on a home in the last storm, which has ended up being a pretty interesting situation.
Right.
But that's what I do.
So monsoons are good for business.
Monsoons are good for business in this state, yes, absolutely.
Sorry about your home, but hey, we need it.
It needs to be fixed. I didn't do it, but we're good at it.
So how'd you get your start?
I actually started when I was going to school to get my bachelor's degree at ASU. I was working for a company that did restoration and enjoyed it, loved it, never thought I would end up doing it, had bigger plans at the time. But after you graduate, you go through life, I realized, why not?
So that was it?
That was it.
What were you going to school for?
I ended up getting a degree in biology.
Nice.
To make all things, that was more like, what am I close to getting a degree in? Because I just need to finish and be done. And then ended up going back to University of Phoenix and getting my master's degree.
Gotcha.
Just in business, so an MBA. Because want to own a business, got to learn how to run one, right?
Well, we talk about that all the time. I don't have a business degree, so I'm constantly trying to level myself up as a business owner. And I know a lot of entrepreneur friends that went to school, and they're still trying to level themselves up as a business owner. You can't learn it all in school, but I'm sure it puts you ahead of the game.
Well, it gets you started, but like you said, nowadays with information so readily accessible,
right?
Through the internet and whatnot, it's easier to find. And then being a business owner, you just have to find the right people to teach you the right information that you deem is important and to guide you through through whatever process you're working on.
What were or are some of your biggest struggles as a business owner?
As a business owner, it's just managing and running a business as you're trying to grow.
Like what does that mean?
That takes time. Well, you have capital expenses. You're trying to cover everything.
Cash flow,
all that is always a small business, something you're fighting over, trying to figure out. But as far as on the work side, the biggest question people always ask is, well, why do I need a licensed contractor?
Right. You
charge me more, I can get it done for less, that whole scenario, which I get it, I understand.
So you do a lot of insurance work as a restoration company. Now they don't allow anybody that's not licensed to do their work, but as a general contractor, you can sub out pretty much anybody you want to show up. Obviously, you're going to use licensed contractors because that's required by the state. But what's the importance of having that license as far as backing you up on the building standards?
Well, as working for the insurance, doing the insurance work, you have to be licensed, you have to be bonded, you have to be insured. That's step number one. Either that or you're not allowed to do the work.
Right.
And as far as on the subs, the benefit of a subcontractor being licensed, it's just proof that they know what they're doing. They know the codes, so everything will be done to code, and they also understand the safety aspect of it.
Right.
So you're not going to have somebody out on a job that's going to do something that cause either a bigger problem or damage, like electrical work, fires, whatnot, shorts, that kind of thing, and down the road, if it's just underwired or whatever, yeah, it worked, but if it's underwired, you're going to have issues down the road. Electrical contractors know that very well.
Right, well, and we're not dealing with, if you mess up and got a leak in the pipe, it's not going to necessarily, you're not going to drown in an overflowing toilet. But, if you wire something wrong, that could be very dangerous. What are your plans moving forward? Do you have, you looking to grow?
Always looking to grow. Everybody, but in today's economy here in the local valley, it's a lot of work, but the main challenge is people. It's a people issue. Getting the right people, the right contractors, the right team on the job to handle the problem timely and efficiently and within code.
How do you stay on top of that challenge? Are you hiring internally, or are you talking about the subs you hire as well? I know that we feel the burden of it.
Yeah, both. It's internal. Trying to bring people into your company that are the right people, the right fit, that have a good work ethic, and not just looking for a paycheck.
Right.
And then also with the subs, those that you can't bring in internally, you have to sub it out. And it's always looking at references, looking at quality, getting to know them, making sure they're not going to leave a job undone,
Right.
you know, or shortcut anything.
You lean your jobs?
Of course.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who do you use to do that pre-lean?
I just switched to an online company, Z-Lean.
Z-Lean?
Yeah,
Okay,
they seem to take more of the burden off of me. And they have a lot of information that comes with it that's beneficial. Just, hey, did you know, kind of thing. They send emails out just to keep me up to date.
What's your threshold before you say, hey, I should probably lean this?
Usually a dollar amount. Anything that goes over about 20 grand now.
Gotcha.
And it used to be a lot bigger, but you know, when you take a hit, just took a hit last year, and it's like, oh, okay, apparently I need to pre-lean things that are a little bit smaller.
Yeah. So ours is like 5,000 and higher, especially if you're a new customer, if we've never done work together.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're an existing customer, we've got a track record. It is a bigger project than we do it, just in case. Just in case.
That's why I switched to a different lean company now that it's easier and it's a little bit less, you know, expensive. So maybe, you know, I'll see how it goes, and if it goes the way I'd like it to.
So I use Titan Lean. There's a plug, and I think it's $35 a pre-lean or something like that.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. So
that's not bad.
So let's talk about quality versus price. Obviously, everybody wants their price to be low, and they want the best items. How do you compromise, or how do you get your customers to compromise?
Well, I mean, everybody wants, you know, champagne on a beer budget.
Yep.
Is the way I like to phrase it. But they just have to. I mean, you just have to understand it is going to cost you, and we will get you the most you can for the dollar you want to spend.
Right.
But I mean, you can't do a remodel. Material's material. You can buy cheap material, which might cause issues down the road. But material is the material, and installation is an installation. There's not much you can do about that.
Right.
And then a lot of customers will choose, well, hey, well, I've got this guy coming in. Well, he's a handyman. Of course, he's going to be cheaper. But if he messes up, you have no recourse.
Right.
There's nobody back him. He can just disappear, and you can track him down. You can do whatever you want, but he's going to disappear. You know, being licensed,
right.
The benefit of a license is you have the register of contractors, Arizona RLC, and they can come out and actually help mediate through the issues, whether it's right or whether it's wrong, whether I'm at fault, or whether, you know, it is just it's an unrealistic expectation from a homeowner.
And if you hire a licensed contractor and they go out of business or they disappear, you have the recovery fund, which we all donate to as a licensed contractor. We put into this fund so that helps protect the consumer. So let's talk about how you run your business versus how you run a job. Like, what kind of systems and processes do you have on the job site, or what kind of systems and processes do you have in the office? It's
systems and process. I mean, that determines the success of a business.
Sure.
And systems, and me, I'm a smaller company, so I do a lot of it. But at the same time, my whole system and the success of a project or a build from A to Z, where you have multiple trades coming in, multiple specialties that need to happen in a scheduled manner. So I mean, my main thing is, the priority is just to put a schedule together. Right. You know, especially working with the homeowner, we're in their home, working upon their ability to and access to the home, which is based upon trust. And usually, I mean, I haven't had an issue with that because I got to take care of them because I want to be in business 20 years from now.
Right.
So it's a schedule. The main system is used just a schedule and sticking to it. And a well-organized schedule will alleviate a lot of the headaches, lost time, and all that's done. But as far as systems, I mean, normal operating systems, you know, normal financial systems, normal operating systems, that kind of thing, to manage and run a business. And yeah, I mean, Google Calendar is huge, actually. I mean,
yeah, we use it. We use it every day.
Yeah, I mean, you put everything in it. That way you don't miss it. You know how to schedule appropriately. You allocate your time.
Plus Google, you know, it's got the Drive, email, everything all built in. What about financial software? What do you use? QuickBooks?
QuickBooks.
Yep.
Yeah, QuickBooks.
Any other software we should be thinking of?
I mean, for me, that's really it.
Gotcha.
You know, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, there's a lot of Builder Trend and builders programs that can be used, but at the same time, it's
for your size. That's
yeah.
all
For
you
my,
need?
it's more expensive than I can use.
Right.
And I don't have a big enough company to justify that yet.
Gotcha.
You know, where I'm only doing 5, 6 homes at a time,
Yep.
not 40 or 50. So I can keep it all. It's easy to manage. But for in our end, Xactimate.
Yep.
is a huge one. That's another software program that we use extensively. I mean,
That's your estimating software?
For insurance jobs, estimating and back forth. It's a little high on the remodel side, but for estimates and working with insurance companies, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, that's just because insurance companies pay a premium because they don't really do any. I mean, as far as the insurance company has a average over the entire United States? Is that how it works?
Well, it actually goes over per zip code. It'll cost per
really?
zip code, where it prices the labor and it prices material in that zip code.
Gotcha.
And it does. It's a little. When I say it's high, it's higher because it's all expected to be done by licensed, bonded, insured contractors.
Right.
It's done. It expected to be done back to new.
Right.
And so there's more expense involved in that.
Gotcha. So talk about systems and processing. What else do you do to raise the value of your business?
I mean, the main value of my business comes off of pretty much me.
Right.
It's just the interaction, personal trust, responsibility. I'm the face, and I'm going to make it right with whoever and whatever the situation is, because like I said, I want to be in business. I'm not in business to make money now. I'm in business to grow a business over the next 20 years and to have something that I can be proud of.
Well, it's like our first show ever was Michael Bica with Hobica Services. He's like, do the right thing every time, no matter what. Just do the right thing. And I think everybody's kind of got that theme. At least the successful partners that I've seen, they have that thing, do the right thing. Do you have a niche that you like to stay within?
It's mainly residential. I mean, just the residential remodel and anything the insurance will throw out.
So when you say remodel, is it just the restoration stuff?
No, I mean, it's homes that, I mean, people are in their homes for 10, 15 years,
Right.
and either the home's too small or just a complete gut and redo. They want an updated look. They want something that looks like a brand new home or whatever style they're trying to obtain.
Right. How do you like dealing with the homeowners? Like, how did you find yourself in that niche?
I just enjoy working with people. I mean, if you can't have a relationship, I mean, there's jobs or opportunities that go make an estimate, and working with them, it's like, I don't know if I want to be in their home for the next month, you know? And it's nice to be able to say, to be at a point where I don't have to go and make everybody happy. You know, that's the goal, but it's nice to be able to choose sometimes.
Some customers you have to say no to. You know, and becoming a better business owner is one of those, learning that lesson, how to say no better. What do you think contractors can do better, and why?
What can contractors do better? What I run into a lot is just not being in front of your customer and not communicating. Seems to be the biggest issue.
Right.
It seems like every issue that arises, you can resolve it just through communication.
Sure.
You know, I'm here for you, we're here to do the job. I mean, this is what we've got, and this is what we plan to do. Right? And as long as that's clear, and that's where the trust comes in, it's like, hey, he's honest, he's doing what he's saying, and I can give him the benefit of a doubt at that time.
Perfect. Do you like owning your own business?
Yeah, most of the time. It's pretty good.
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time, it's pretty good.
You ever think about quitting?
Yeah. I'm quitting or finding something else to do. Or
what would you do if you didn't do this?
I'd probably do rental.
Right? Just sell some rentals?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's other aspects, but it's you know, after 20 years of being in the industry, I mean, it's what I know, it's what I'm comfortable with, it's what I enjoy, and I can't think of anything I'd choose to do over it.
Okay, so we're in the middle of a restoration project at my house. We had the bathroom ceiling flood, and then it was a nightmare. But I called a restoration company. A friend of mine referred. They came in, did the fans, and sent me a big bill and left. And now but the insurance company paid for it. I'm in the wrong business after seeing that bill. But so we brought a contractor in to do the work. And last night we're sitting, at the dinner table talking about it, and the tile guy was there late. So as soon as he left, my wife's like, "Let's go take a look at it." So we went in there, looked at it, she's like, "Oh, he's missing the decorative tile trim up the thing." And I'm like, "Oh no." So now she's really, frustrated because she thinks it's going to put her behind, but it was a communication error between us and the contractor. But he was on the phone, like she texted him, he called right away and handled it. However, there are some things that she's been changing as we go, and I'm of the thought, hey, what makes my wife happy makes my life happy. And we're in the middle of the project. What's a couple $100 more or whatever to do it right, to go the extra mile? How do you budget a project, and what do you do when customers try to get you outside of that?
It's just a line item budget. I mean, if you walk into a project, let's say it's 20 grand or whatever, you're going to do a kitchen or a bathroom. There's a lot of things that change. I mean, the main thing is initial budget includes price, and it has a labor and then also material price. And so the material price usually comes by square footage or something with tile. Right. And that is what you have to look at. I mean, you can go buy any material, but most of the time, I mean, you whittle a budget down to get down to a number. They say, hey, we only want to spend X amount.
Right.
And then, but through it, they show material and they don't want it. Say, well, that looks junk. I want this. I want that. And it's like, okay, that's good, but this is the square foot price we have for material. So if you're going to add this or that or an accent or whatever or something, it's going to increase the budget at that point. And if they say, okay, that's fine, then okay, here we go. This is going to be your new square foot price.
Right.
And then here's going to be the effect on the budget. And this is now we're not here, but we're going to be here. So a change order, a couple signatures, get them what they want. It's squared it straight for you know exactly.
And using the line item, they know exactly what that price difference is going to be. It doesn't affect the rest of the bid. We've got a couple clients where we don't do a line item price. We do, hey, here's the description, the scope of work, and your lump sum.
Okay.
Sometimes it's easier for us to deal with that because a lot of things we can't line item, things inside the wall, things that they don't understand.
Yeah.
There's no
the
point
things you
for us.
don't know until you open it up.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just like when you say, hey, the flooring's X per square feet, you wouldn't understand if I say I'm going to run Romex through the wall or MC through the ceiling. Like they don't care about that. They want to know how many outlets are going in.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Have you ever had a project come in under budget? Does it happen? I mean, what's the percentage?
We usually come in budget because it's planned out. It's well scheduled. It's planned out. We understand what's going to be used, and there has been a few. I can think of one we did about 2 years ago where we came in about $9,000 under budget.
Wow.
I mean, it was a big project, but at the same time, we were making changes throughout it, and I tend to estimate a little higher because you don't know what you're going to run into when you're opening up an older home. Sure. So I'll throw the estimate out and add a certain percentage, like 10-15% on top, just to cover change orders or unexpected incidences or whatever. And we were in the home for about a month and a half. It makes, I mean, it's much easier to say, hey, you're $8,000 over budget,
right,
other than, hey, we planned on here and look, we came in under. That was a big project. It was a full house, but yeah. And they changed the budget a little bit. They said, well, we don't need that. We can go down here a little bit. So it was a work in progress throughout the whole project to whittle the number down.
Right,
a little
of course,
bit.
sure.
But yeah, I mean, a one-time experience, it happens.
Okay, Tom, hey, thanks for coming in. Tell us how we get a hold of you. So if anybody's out there wanting a remodel or has a tree fall in their house, how do they get a hold of you?
I'm Tom with Quick Response Restoration. Tom at qrrestoration.com is my email. My cell phone number is 480-433-4230. You can call it anytime. We run 24/7. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get in, but within a day, I'm always back and answering and trying to help you out.
Perfect. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity. You guys have a great day.
See ya.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you like what we're doing here, subscribe to our podcast at iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher, and to our YouTube channel to see more episodes. Go to upandtotherright.org to get all the links.